done several segments over the years about ornamental grasses in the landscape, but we haven't really talked about what they look like in late summer or early fall. I want to start with some selections or cultivars of our native grasses because these are really spectacular. We have a couple of different blue stems, little blue stems in our garden. This is Blue Heaven, which has a distinctly different character than a newer one, which is called Standing Ovation. We also have Blonde Ambition Blue Grama, which is a very uniform selection of our Blue Grama. We did have a lot of winter kill in Blue Grama if it was not in the right conditions this year. So be aware of that as sort of an issue in the landscape. We also have one of our native switch grasses. The one we have in our rain garden here is Cheyenne Spirit. Low, red, very well behaved thus far, and again, a great ornamental grass addition using native plant material. Annual ornamental grasses can really be a good combination with other annuals because it makes it very easy to manage both of those plants. This is a little bit of an unusual annual ornamental grass, ruby crystals or savanna, with these beautiful pink plumes and a very fine texture. And again, if you're using annual grasses as an ornamental in the landscape, be aware of what they're going to do and how early they're going to do it, whether the seed heads stay on the plant, and whether they can potentially seed themselves and become a little bit of a problem in the landscape. Carl Forster Feather Reed Grass, and this one, which is overdam with a little bit of a variegation in it, is really an old standby in the perennial ornamental grasses world. What it actually contributes is a very early flowering, so the inflorescence in the seed head contributes to the landscape all the way from June into the fall of the year. The maiden grasses or miscanthus have been used in the landscape for a very long time. This one is Morning Light, which has a great texture, very, very late to flower, and a big clump former. Be aware, however, that we are concerned about a lot of the miscanthus now beginning to set seed or spread, becoming pretty aggressive, especially in southern states. They do have a beautiful inflorescence, and again, depending on which selection you get, they're going to flower early, or in the case of this one, may not flower at all. So choose wisely, enjoy those ornamental grasses. Make sure you know whether you're working with an annual, a reliable perennial that stays in a clump or in a vase sort of a shape. Pick on those great ornamentals that are native if you have the right conditions for that. And then understand the management, because at one point during the season, you're going to have to cut them back and you won't have anything to show for it.